The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Check, check. Zebra. Here we go. Here we go. Sweet 382, 950.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. They run again on first down. Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they'll come out with a purpose. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
6, right there, 56. Check the tight end, check the tight.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And Diggs has it. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Amir Abdullah, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Operating out of the gun. Flacco eluding the pressure right. He gets it here to Peak. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know But they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
42's the mic. Check. 42's the mic. Five.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Cousins gives way to Cook. After the play, not a good sign. Dalvin Cook staying on the ground. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Right 34. Scoot. It's a party now. It's a party.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Cousins. It's caught. Smith. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
47's the mic.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Now Cousins on 4th down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Well, they got the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12 at the 31-yard line.
Hey, Dad! Ready! Block it! Check curls, check curls, check curls. 55! Wahoo! Monday, Dad! Check 37! Pick the edge. Come. He's checking.
On second and 12, Flacco buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Flacco. And he's got Peak. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 24 yards.
First down, Denver.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. We talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. A gain of 13, it's a first down. On first down, Flacco. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if they're bringing your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. From the gun, Flacco. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And now it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. That's taken on the 25. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City, and it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. 1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw, eluding the pressure right. He completes it to Peake. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
You're over here. You're over here. Hey, high 7.
Throwing here on 1st down. Flacco. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for Noah Fant. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Flacco. Flush to his right. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Flacco. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 2nd down, it's Lindsay. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run.
Well, now Lindsay lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
47 to Mike, 47. Check, 47.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Cousins. It's hauled in by Doxson. 7 yards there and a 1st down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. He's got his man. This is Doxson. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. They'll run with Cook. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Better ball security, but not much else to show for it. Now they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Well, they held them out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Bailey now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To pass, Flacco. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
First throw now for the backup lock. He'll find Lindsey here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Lock now on 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. A give, running right, Lindsey. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, let's get there. He's crossing. He's checking crack.
Lock to throw for it on 4th. And Sanders has got it complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
I know, he's easy.
On 3rd down, Cousins. It's brought in by Jackson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 1st down, it's Cook. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
SOS.
On play action, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From the gun, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Lock now on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not lapping it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a... And intercepted! Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Let's go. 15 line. Let's go.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfuli in this game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Locke. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Locke, he gets it here to Peak. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Locke now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Locke sliding out of the pocket, and he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Let's go now. 50, play.
It's our time. It's our time.
Mike. Hey, orbit.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Locke going to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Everson Griffin in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. What